dude, I was so confused about the system as a kid. I'm not gonna lie, with the whole chip system or whatever that's in people. I've heard them say it a couple times. Chips. People have chips or whatever, but I never really understood it. And I think when I was born, our chips weren't even that good or whatever in our heads or whatever. And I swear to God, like my chip was outdated or whatever. And I didn't really even, and I seen with my eyes or whatever. I needed prescription glasses or whatever, and I couldn't see nothing. And I swear to God, on my chip, I couldn't hear nothing or whatever. Okay, I swear to God, or I didn't understand it or something. Oh, I thought I was schizophrenic for a little bit because my brother John Gotti was doing this like schizophrenia music or whatever. He was like he was promoting schizophrenia or whatever, technically through his music or whatever, and it was fucking everyone up on their chip or whatever. I think it fucked me up as a boy. I think because I was chipped, and then I listened to schizophrenic flow, blah blah blah, and shit, and it's like it just fucks up the whole mind state. And there's a lot of different. I think that's you got to really be careful of certain things that'll fuck you with your chip. Oh yeah, you got to really watch that. Oh, I hadn't realized it. Certain content and things that you watch funds your chip or whatever, and things like that. And uh, microchipping. I never really even believed in it. And I didn't even. Well, I never looked into it. I was like, what? I never thought I was actually microchipped, but I heard everyone was. But I never thought I was. I don't know what it was. I always just thought I just always was so humble, I guess. So I called myself humble, but I really just underestimated. I just kind of treated myself like garbage or whatever, and I didn't even think I was chipped and stuff like that. But I realize I'm chipped now, and that's the thing that um kids can go through. It's a disability I went through. If I went through it, then there's others that could go through it in the future. But like I said, I was one of these, the first implanted into the human brain or something. I was one of these ones. I have that scar on the back of my head and everything, and the story that I've been told or whatever is that I was even worse than one of these ones. I go back a lot of years or whatever to my birth and my younger age. This is like a modern day little chip. They're saying that I have one of these so old chips from the Windows 1999, Windows, um, even before then or whatever, uh, chips, which is like a way larger chip, and I believe I even had like this um, sort of emergency test surgery to develop the chip inside my brain and many other humans' brains. But um, since then, they've developed chips that just literally can be like implanted so easily, or even dissolved into you, and literally like everybody like can talk to each other through their head and all that. Even some of the most precious animals and things, and it takes the brain and translates it or whatever automatically or whatever. And I think certain humans have certain abilities through their chip regarding to their social status or their wealth or their influence or whatever. They have a certain power within their chip or whatever to do certain things or listen. But as a kid, you got to listen and you learn and stuff like that all the way up or whatever with the chip. It's all about listening and learning. And the government has a greater good with everybody, and they listen to everybody's dreams and everything, and they just want the country to succeed. They want the world to succeed in general and be a successful place for as long as we can last as humans naturally, as long as we don't get hit with something that would just unnaturally hit us or something. But as long as you're listening to the chip or God or the Lord or whatever and do what the chip says or whatever, usually you're pretty good. You got to really decipher who you're talking to on the chip or whatever. You got to listen to your own mind or whatever, and you can accidentally be chipped by certain people that might not care for you or whatever. So you got to really watch that too. Your chip can be hacked or whatever, depending on what you're doing in your life. If you're choosing certain decisions over and over and over again, it becomes a pattern. Believe it or not, they start to, through your chip, assume that you're doing certain things, and then it makes a uh, bigger impact on a lot of business and stuff like that than you really thought. And so you got to really watch your whole life in general, because they are tracking it completely, like what you do, the bad things and good, and uh, and all that. And they have certain motives for certain people. Certain people make it different ways and whatnot. And I guess they can move all around your brain or something.